Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to be talking about estimating. Now when we talk about estimating, this doesn't mean just take a wild guess at what the answer might be. It just means look at the numbers and make them a bit simpler to make the calculation a bit easier, and then do the calculation. Your answer is not going to be as accurate as the real answer, but this just makes it easier for you and gives you a rough idea. So let's look at estimating calculations. We're going to need to use some of the rounding skills we've learned in previous videos to do the estimation. So if you're given the expression 134.7 plus 38.8 all divided by 58.1 times by 3.1. The first thing we do is we'd look at all these individual numbers and round them to either 1 or 2 significant figures, whichever one seems appropriately easy to use. So this 134.7 here we can round to 130. The 38.8 we can round to 40. 58.1 we can round that to 60. And 3.1 we can round to 3. So that makes things a bit easier. If we then do this calculation, we'd be left with, 130 plus 40. That gives us 170. 60 times 3, that gives us 180. So this would be our answer. We could then estimate this number even further. 170 over 180 is very close to 1, slightly under 1. So we can write this expression here. This means approximately equal to, and then 1. So this would be your answer. Let's look at another example. If a question asked us to estimate the volume of a cylinder with a height of 18 centimeters and a radius of 3 centimeters, we'd follow some similar steps. So if we know the equation for finding the volume of a cylinder, we need to do this area, which is pi r squared, times the height. Pi is equivalent to 3.14159 and so on. So what we do here is we're just going to round this to one significant figure, giving us 3. We could also round the height, 18 centimeters, to one significant figure, giving us 20 centimeters. So using these approximate values here, along with the r, the volume would be approximately 3 times 3 squared times by 20. This gives us 3 times 9 times 20, which gives us 27 times 20, which is 540. This is the estimated value for the volume of this cylinder. Now let's look at estimating square roots. This can be a bit tricky, but there are actually only 2 steps. The first step is finding 2 square numbers, one on either side of the number that you're given, and then the next step is to decide which number it's closest to, and then make a sensible estimate as to what the digit after the decimal point is going to be. For example, if we were told to estimate the value of the square root of 68 to 1 decimal place, what we do is we look for a square number on either side of 68, that being 64 and 81. We know the square root of 64 is 8, and the square root of 81 is 9. So the value for the square root of 68 is going to be somewhere between 8 and 9. 68 is much closer to 64 than it is to 81. So we know that the square root is going to be closer to 8 than it is to 9. Because it's very close to 64, I would estimate that the square root of 68 is going to be something like 8.2. the true value is actually 8.246 and so on. So in this case, my estimate is actually correct to 1 decimal place. So you can be surprised how accurate you can get your estimates sometimes. So that's estimating. I'll give you a few practice questions you can try. If you found this video helpful, please like the video and subscribe to the channel so that way you can be updated when I upload a new video. Bye guys.